I've been thinking about the dynamic between why and why not. Why is an important question, if not the most important question you can ask yourself, right? It's like when parents ask their kids, why do you want this? Why do you want to be this? And so on, right? And by asking why, it sort of necessitates that you have a reason, right? That you have some sort of intention behind why you want what it is that you want, why you want to be the person that you want. And that's a question that we lose sight of as we get older, right? We stop asking why, we stop being curious, we stop wanting to understand ourselves and our intentions because we think that we have life figured out. That as soon as you progress into adulthood, the answers are there, whether from your own experience or from other adults who know what they're talking about telling you so, right? So you stop asking why because who needs to? But when you don't ask why, you take other people's answers as your own, right? You think that your why is your own, but in reality, it's someone else's. You've just merely heard it from over there, you turn around, and you repeat it to someone else. You just sort of borrowed it or took it as your own. It's not really uniquely yours because asking why requires that you have an answer that is uniquely your own as a kid, right? And that's the thing. So if you don't ask why enough, you end up taking other people's answers as your own. You end up living life according to those answers. You end up pursuing paths that aren't your own. And you end up saying, maybe early on, maybe later on, but at some point you end up saying, why did I do that? Right? Why did I do that thing that really didn't feel right? But I did it anyways. And again, it's because you didn't ask yourself why enough. You didn't try to get down to your why and not someone else's why. And you end up with regret, right? That's what I experienced myself when I went into my first job out of school. I was just taking other people's whys as my own and never really once for a moment questioning anything because I just assumed that other adults knew better than I did, had it figured out more than I did. So who am I to question them? And I feel like whether in compensation or whatever, flip back the other way, where now I ask why to everything and, to ensure that I don't fall into that pitfall again, that I have a reason behind why I'm doing what I'm doing, that I am able to exercise intention. But when you're always asking yourself why, just as a parent would, and you're always looking for a reason, you're looking to explain yourself, right? It always has to be whatever it is that you're doing tied to something else. It has to be productive. It has to have some sort of value. It has to lead you to X, then Y, then Z. When at the end of the day, why, right? Why is a kid's question? It's a question based on curiosity and openness and an acceptance of what can be, not necessarily what is. And in that sense, we don't answer why not. enough, right? Because when you ask a kid why they're doing what they're doing or why they want to be who they want to be, sometimes they don't have a reason. Because having a reason oftentimes can be, you know, rational. It's rational thinking. Adults like to be rational, like to grasp things. When kids, they just operate from the heart. They operate from within. They just follow that inner voice, that gut feeling that is unexplainable, that doesn't have a rhyme or reason. It is the embodiment of why not? The embodiment of play. And I've been prone to this myself. And I like to, well, I know that a lot of other adults are like this as well, where we just forget how to have fun. We forget how to just be ourselves, our truest selves, to do for the sake of doing, to not have it tied to something more productive, right? To run for the sake of running and not for the sake of exercise. To learn for the sake of curiosity and just because why not, right? Why not read about dolphins or sharks or rocks or whatever, even if it's not practical, even if there is no sort of rhyme or reason or intention behind it. Because if you don't answer why not enough, you're going to end up saying to yourself later on, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I take that chance? Why didn't I pursue that dream? Why didn't I just let myself be and follow my bliss? That's another easy way to live with regret. It's asking or saying, why didn't I do that? So, all to say, I feel like the sweet spot, right? That's the thing that we're all trying to figure out is this sweet spot between why and why not. Why is this great question, this embodiment of intention, of purpose, right? And why not is the embodiment of play, of joy, of pleasure, of fun. Because if you go your entire life without having fun, well, well, shoot, that doesn't sound like a life I want to live, right? As much as I want to make impact, I want to fulfill my purpose, I want to have fun while I'm doing it. You know, I don't want to just sit in a dark room, tapping away at a keyboard, writing essays that have impact or filming videos that have impact unless I'm having fun doing so. So, all to say, whatever it is that you're currently facing, I'd ask that you ask yourself why to ensure that you have your heart in the right place, that you are exercising intention, that you are living to your own answers and not someone else's, but that you also make sure you balance it out enough with why not? Because life is meant to be fun. So, with that, appreciate your time, and I'll catch you tomorrow.